The atom, that tiny object that everyone and everything is supposedly made of. I'm made of atoms. You're made of atoms. Your sandwich is made of atoms. Heck, your mama's made of atoms. So what exactly is an atom? Although you may not encounter too many questions on this subject, it's good to know how we came to understand the atom. One of the first people to propose a theory about atoms was the scientist John Dalton in the early 1800s. He was the first to say that everything was made up of atoms. He said that elements like gold, hydrogen, or iron are made up of only gold, hydrogen, and iron atoms respectively. He also said that different elements contain different atoms. Gold atoms are different than hydrogen atoms and they have different masses, something that we'll get into later. Dalton also said that atoms could also combine to form compounds known as molecules with fixed ratios of each element. If we look at water, which you know as H2O, we see that there are 2 atoms of hydrogen for every 1 atom of oxygen. The ratio of elements, hydrogen to oxygen, is 2 to 1. Dalton stated that water, no matter if it's just a single molecule of H2O or all the water in the Atlantic Ocean, will have a fixed 2 to 1 ratio of hydrogen to oxygen. Dalton described each atom to be tiny and indivisible, or indestructible. However, we know today that this isn't true. Atoms can be split, and doing so releases an enormous amount of energy capable of wiping out entire cities, such as in World War II. Still, this energy can also do massive amounts of good by one day, possibly, powering your home. Dalton also said that atoms of a certain element would have a certain mass, size, as well as chemical behavior characteristic of that element. Because he lived during the 1800s, Dalton's ideas were seen as very radical and weren't well received. He was kind of like the original Lady Gaga. Despite this opposition, much of what Dalton stated is the basis of what we know about atoms today.